The Greenlight debit card for kids. Is it any good and should you actually consider it? Now, I've covered the current card before that has a feature that allows you to get cards for your kids, and a lot of people were interested in the aspect or that aspect of the card. And so today I'll be letting you know all you need to know about the Greenlight debit card, which is for kids. Now, if you have this card, drop me a comment down below right now and share your experience with me. So today we're going to review all the features of the Greenlight debit card for kids, and this includes who is eligible to get the card, and then we will look at the pros and cons and also compare it with other options to see how good it is for you, and then at the end, my opinion on what I think overall about this card. Now, if you're a regular viewer here on the channel and you haven't already done so, be sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now. I'll really appreciate it. And for those who are new here and seeing me for the very first time, my name is Ian, and here on this channel, I talk about ways to make money, save money, investing, banking, and all things personal finance related. So if these are topics that interest you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up once again if you haven't already done so, and then also consider subscribing to this channel and turning on the notifications when you do so, so you can get the updates of when I post new videos here. And I post a video here every single day on YouTube. With the Greenlight debit card, you get an account as a parent, and then you can add your kids or add another parent or both, and then they get sub-accounts of your account and debit cards. This way you can have some oversight as to what they do with their money and also have more control over sending them money and keeping tabs on that money. You can also send them money from your account or master account, as we can call it, to their sub-accounts, and so only when you add money to other accounts will they have money on their cards to use. So Greenlight, or the Greenlight debit card, allows you to give your kids a debit card in their name, and you can add funds to it as you wish, and also you can set specific tasks in the app, and when they complete them, they will get a certain amount of cash that you decide. So for instance, if you have a kid and you want them to, I don't know, do their homework on time or some chore or whatever kids do, right? You can set up 2 tasks in Greenlight, and then you can release the money on their cards once they complete those tasks. Now, this is only 2 tasks at a time, so afterwards you can keep adding tasks if you wish. Now, this way you don't have to give them cash, and you can get them to start using a debit card earlier and managing their own money. And even if you don't have any tasks for them or you don't do that with your kids, you can still just send them money to their Greenlight debit card, and it's kind of a safer way instead of giving them cash to walk around with, because if they lose the card, you can block it and then you don't actually lose any money. But if you give them, let's say, $100 and they lose it, then it's all gone. Now, this service isn't free though, and there is a $4.99 account maintenance fee per month, and that you will have to pay, and we'll compare this to other similar accounts in just a bit. Now, for your first month, however, it's all free, and you can get the account for your entire family. So when signing up, the parent will be the one applying for the account, and so they will need the parent's full information, and then for each kid, all they need is just their names, phone numbers, and email addresses, and that's it for the kids. Now, with the Greenlight debit card, if you want to transfer money to your kids' cards from your bank account, which is the way you're going to have to do it, then you're going to have to wait 3 to 4 business days for that money to be transferred. Now, chores or tasks aren't the only things that you can set up for your kids to do and receive money. You can also have your kids set up goals with Greenlight, and this is great because the entire purpose, or the main purpose here, is to get them to use a debit card and get familiar with spending and managing their own personal finances. So you can set as many goals for them as you can or you want, and have them save some of the money you give them for these goals. Now, this way they can check the app and see their progress. So for instance, if you have a kid who wants to buy, let's say, some game, and their goal is to save money that you give to them regularly so they can afford it sometime in the future, you can actually set that goal for them, and then each time you give them money, you allow them to add funds to their goal before spending the rest of the money. It's the same as if you were to give them cash and then tell them to save some in a piggy bank before spending it, but the things and times have changed, and so piggy banks aren't going to cut it anymore. Other important features here are that you as a parent will get instant alerts when the kids use their cards, So when they spend, you get an alert. If the card is lost or stolen, you can block it from the app so no one gets to steal their money or use their cards. Now, as a parent, you may also know that kids like kiddie stuff, right? And so Greenlight allows you to put individual designs on each card. So if you have a kid that loves a particular video game or they want their selfie, you can have that on their card. Also, if you give your kids a monthly or a weekly or even a daily allowance, you don't have to be sending them money all the time, right? You can automate the process, and every day or every week or every month, however you want it to be set up, a certain amount of money will be sent to their Greenlight debit card. Also, before I mentioned waiting 3 to 4 business days to send money from your bank to Greenlight or the Greenlight account, but once it's in your Greenlight account and you want to send it to your kids' card, then it's going to be an instant transaction. Now, the cards also come with store management or the account where you can allow them to spend money at a specific store and only that store or a specific place, and which in my opinion may be a little bit too much, but the fact is that this account really gives you full control over a kid's spending with this debit card. These are all good features. Now, this gets a little more interesting now. There's a limit of $5,000 for your kid's card, so they can never have more than $5,000 on it, which I think is fine. If your kid is using more than $5,000 at any time, then they should be old enough to get a regular account. Now, the interesting part of their saving towards goals is that they can earn interest on their savings, but it isn't being paid by Greenlight. See, you want your kids to save and know the importance of saving, but also you want them to learn the importance of investing because that's important. And if you can tell them, that's good, but if you can show them, then that's even better, right? So you can prove it to them. Hey, you save or you invest X amount of money, and in X amount of time, it will earn you X amount of money in interest. And then when they see that happening, the point starts to stick with them because they're seeing it happening now. So the APR for the savings on the Greenlight debit card will be paid by you, and that's okay because now you can show them that, hey, when they invest their money, they get rewarded by getting more money. Customer service is offered, and they actually have over-the-phone support available, although it isn't 24/7 support or 24/7 support line. They offer over-the-phone support from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. So if you have issues, you can call during that time for on-the-phone support. Okay guys, so here's what I liked and what I really didn't like about this Greenlight debit account, right? So I like the fact that you have the real-time alerts when you can get the alerts if the card is being used and when it's being used. So if anything suspicious pops up, you can call your kids and find out if they're okay. I also thought that the level at which you can manage sending them money or automating the process of sending them money was really good. Now, I really didn't like the feature which you could only use to allow them to spend money at a particular store or stores or places, because then they don't have any freedom. And before we mentioned that giving a kid a debit card is most likely only going to be because you want them to be able to manage their finances. So setting goals and giving them money is good. If they choose not to add money towards their goals and spend it all, then they'll realize that, hey, this is actually important. And so if you manage them a little bit too much, or if you go overboard with every single transaction that they make, then they won't really have the freedom to mess it up and then learn from it, or to be able to manage it themselves really. And remember, you have the option to send them small amounts of money regularly. So it's not like you'll give them thousands of dollars, and if they don't save or if they don't contribute to their goals and they spend it all, it's going to be a big deal. That's really the only thing I don't like about this, and also the fact that there's a fee of $4.99 for the account. And when I say the account, I mean for everybody in your family. So it's not $4.99 per person or per card, but just one payment of $4.99 per month for the entire account. But you can't have everything for free, and for the features, I think it's worth it. Now, if you don't want to do this, but you like the idea behind it, then you can always open an account in your name and a savings account, and then tell the kids, okay, this is your account. That way you get around the restrictions of them not being able to see how this works at a younger age. Now, this account is for them only. So whatever they decide to save goes into this account, and you can just add them as a beneficiary. And then when they get to 13 years or older, you can add them to the account. And when they get old enough, you just remove your name and it's all theirs. So you're giving them cash and then showing them the full process. You get the cash, you can spend some, and you must save some. Now, why am I saying all this? Well, 51% of Americans aren't able to cope with a $400 emergency because they're really bad with their finances, and as little as $400 may be, big or whichever way you decide to look at it, that amount of money can and will set them back and put them into debt. So this is a very important subject, and whichever way you choose doesn't matter so long as the lesson here is taught. As for the Greenlight account or debit card for kids, I think it's a great option as long as the parent doesn't micromanage the debit card to the point where the kid no longer has any control to spend $5 freely so that they can actually learn the lessons that they need to learn here. So guys, those are my overall thoughts on the Greenlight debit card and account for kids. I hope you liked the information in this video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see new videos that I post, and I post videos here every single day on YouTube. If you've made it to the end of this video, comment your thoughts down below and any questions you may have, and be sure to also drop a like on this video as it really helps to get this video to more viewers, and I'll also really appreciate it. Also guys, I've left a couple links down below to free stuff and free cashback offers, so be sure to check the links down below in the description for all kinds of free stuff. If you're also a new viewer or a new subscriber here on the channel, be sure to check out some of my other videos on high yield savings accounts, checking accounts, investments, credit cards, and ways that you can use and make money. Once again guys, thanks for tuning into the channel, all the best with your accounts, and until tomorrow, adios.